Welcome back to the World Team Cup, ladies and gentlemen. We have two nations once again on the racetrack, and these nations are fighting for the remaining in the upper bracket. We are in the upper bracket final of the World Team Cup, and we have the two nations that are going to be fighting it out here. France and the Netherlands. Two teams that have the same colors in their flags are going to be battling it out here this time. And the way that we're going to be playing is that the maps are not going to count, but the round wins. So the round wins are going to count, and we are going to play until 5 as far as I'm concerned. So 5 points is going to be the point limit. The lineup for the French team is going to be Oncle Ben, Omnipots and Matt against Louter, Complex and Dutchy for the Dutch team. We are already live in the first round on the map by Superall called Breakthrough. The camera right now on Omnipots. None of the drivers have made a mistake, so this is actually a really clutch round. Going a little bit forward here, taking a look at Dutchy's driving right now. He is finding himself on P4 right now, going onto the blue part with a bit more speed. Attacks the French player Oncle Ben right now, but it is the double lead for the Dutchies right now. And it is Complex and Louter that are going to take 1 and 2, followed by Kronos, who is Oncle Ben right here. It is Kronos, followed by Dutchy, Matt, and Omnipot. So this was actually a good round to begin it with. The first point goes towards the red team here. The Dutchies taking the first point in this match. So both teams have what it takes to take the victory. I think both teams are very well prepared to take the victory in this match. Looking at the amount of practice they put. So I think we are about to witness a pretty good match going into round number 2 right now. A solid fight for P2 right now. Louter in the meantime. Is that Zykos again? Yep, it's Zykos. So we're going to refer to him as Zykos once again. He seems to be very inconsistent with his naming. Oh, but there he goes. That's probably karma for changing his name all the time. So Zykos going into the wall here, and Kronos will take over the lead, followed by 2 Dutchies, Omnipots, and then it is actually the 5th place that determines the round victory in this case. And that is right now Zykos. So this will be the 2nd Dutch point in a row. Matt, multiple seconds behind, wasn't able to help his teammates right here in this round. So he's going to take last, and the 2nd point, as I said, the 2nd consecutive point for the Dutch team against France. France being a nation that has been almost always reached the grand final in country championships like this. And also this time around, they want to make it happen once again. They have a little bit of a weaker lineup. A couple of good players are missing out this time, but they still have a very, very good lineup here to present against the opponent countries. But right here, it looks like the Dutchies are actually extremely well prepared. The French are unable to keep up with the pace right now. Going into the next round, it is once again Zykos in the lead, followed by Complex and Oncle Ben. Not sure what's up with that name, but I like it. Dutchy on 4th and Matt is on 5th, so this is gonna be decided at the end right here. Dutchy with a lot of speed, trying to pass. At least his teammate Complex goes for a very inside line. The triple lead for the Netherlands right now. But it is Oncle Ben that still wants to make something happen. But he goes out very wide. Almost makes contact with the outside wall. Matt is passing Dutchy. But for the end, it is not going to matter here. With Zykos still staying in front of Kronos here for that first place. So it will be the 3rd point for the Dutchies now. Very, very good racing here so far. No big mistakes being made. In comparison to the matches that we have seen last week, this is a difference of day and night. But now as I'm speaking about mistakes, Dutchy is making the first one here in this round. And he is going to be missing out for his team. Means that Complex and Zykos need to take 1st and 2nd in the best case to take home the next point. Otherwise, it will be a good opportunity for the French to finally come back into this match and get 1 point. As I said before, the points count and not the maps. So every round win matters. And both teams should be aware of this. Complex right now in the lead, followed by Kronos and Zykos. Matt and Omnipots battling it out here for that 4th place, but they're both teammates, so it doesn't really matter where they position. The fight for first right now, Complex and Kronos was going to take the upper hand. Omnipots with the overtake on Zykos. This was important, and it will be the first point for the French team. Kronos, Complex, Omnipots, Zykos, Matt, and Dutchy After Dutchy's early mistake, the French have made good use out of this opportunity and get the first point 1-3 on the scoreboard on map 1. Oh yeah, I can indeed switch between the players on the left side. That is coming in very, very handy. But we have one big mistake, and this time around it is a French player who gets an additional no-slide. It is Matt for Team Runtime, who is finding himself more than 1.5 seconds behind right now. But Zykos now, also with a small mistake, dropping down to 5th. Let's take a look at what's happening here in the front. Complex right now on 3rd place. Going a bit further into Dutchy's POV. He is trying to go for the overtake on Kronos right here. But Kronos is having a very, very good line here to the right. Keeps a lot of speed. Very similar speed outcome for both players. Coming up to the ending now. I don't think Kronos is going to throw this one away. Going into the final corner. Dutchy's trying to attack. Kronos goes out wide. Keeps a lot of speed. Even more than Dutchy. And that will be sufficient with a 52.388. That is in fact only 2/10 slower than the TrackMania one time, which is held by Magorian, the Polish player who is right now holding up the fastest time, 52.188. But this point has once again went to the orange team, and it looks very good for them here on map 1. The Frenchies right now not able to make anything happen. Omnipod's also very dangerously close here on the inside. I think he got a little bit of a no-slide and then transitioned into a neo-slide. And that way he was able to avoid the inside wall. So a little bit of a time loss here for Omnipods, who is a very experienced player, of course. He definitely knows how to turn things around. But here in this round, it doesn't look that well altogether. Going further to Matt. He is on position 5. And the Dutchies are looking really, really strong in this round. Once again, with Complex in the lead. He is being attacked by Kronos. Zykos going out wide for a bit more speed here at the exit. Dutchy with a very wonky line. This is not that great for Dutchy. He's going to find himself very far outside. And he might even get passed by everyone coming towards the ending. Now Kronos with the overtake on Complex here at the end. And it is actually enough for Kronos to take that first place. However, not enough to win the round. Dutchy remains in front of Matt here for that 5th place. And that was the decisive difference. 5-1 for the Dutch team after map 1. Very clear victory here on map 1. A bit surprising to see that, to say the least. A little bit surprised to see that demolition from the Dutch team against the Frenchies, who are always good. But it is not over yet. 5-1, so if Team France manages to win map 2, then everything is, yeah, back in business, basically. We're gonna see this map again. We're gonna see the map by Link and Soldier. Probably 2 or 3 warm-ups, and then we're gonna go live. So as per usual, lineup changes might be occurring. I already see Roa, a player that we have not seen on the TrackMania scene for quite a while. He took a little break. Basically, I think after last year's World Championship, Roa kinda stepped back a little bit. Focused on real life again. But here is Roa once again for Team UB team. And he is, of course, holding up the flag for the French team. Other than that, we have Alexor also stepping in for Team M&M. He also gained a lot of experience in the recent past in various competitions, including the Spheris Cup, which happened not too long ago. And then we have Link, the mapper himself, who is trying to make something happen with his expertise. Other than that, for the Dutchies we have Spam, who is replacing Complex. The lineup, other than that, is going to remain the same. Spam, of course, not having the greatest amount of practice. He has mainly been on the road for his Raider Cup. But he did put France 1 or 2 hours in this map, so he should be able to make something happen. Even though he's most likely not going to have the greatest pace. But let's see what he's going to burn into the asphalt. We're going to find out after the warm-ups. Thank you for the resub, Harpy. So this could be a good chance for the Frenchies to come back. The warm-up at least is looking pretty good. So let's see what the live rounds are going to bring us. 5-1 is the score, so nothing's lost yet for les Français. And it looks like we're gonna have one more warm-up. TrackMania one time here is actually held by Roa, so this is a new one. I think last week he did not have this record. 48.851 by Roa. That is actually a pretty good time here by him. So even after a little break, he still knows how to handle this car. And he knows how to be fast on tech. And we're coming to the end of this round. Let's see if that's going to be the final warm-up. Or maybe another one. But I think this should be sufficient. Link asking for one more. Alright, we're going to have one more. And after that, we're going to be going live. But yeah, taking a look at the TrackMania here, we have Zykos and Dutchy with top 2 and top 3 respectively. So these two are definitely fast. And they are driving in this match as well. The fastest Dutch player right now is Mathix, or the third fastest Dutch player is Mathix. But apparently he is not able to compete, so he's gonna get replaced by Spam. Spam's PB basically non-existent. I think he just played time attack. There he is, 49.30. So I think he has a little bit of a faster time in time attack. And for the Frenchies, of course, Roa is fast, Link is fast. We have, other than that, we have, let me see, no other Frenchie in the top 15. We have Alexor on 16. And that's pretty much about it. Alright, GLHF, let's go into map number 2. The score is 5-1 for the Netherlands still. That has not changed. But nothing's lost yet as we count the round wins and not the map wins. After the restart, we're gonna go live. Link, Alexor, and Roa versus Zykos, Dutchy, and Spam on this track by Link and Soldier. Here we go with the countdown. Everyone is off the start block, the tires are warm. And this is going to be our first round with Zykos taking a very inside line. Already has gained one whole car length of a lead. So that is actually a banger of a beginning here for the Dutch team. All of the three Frenchies right now finding themselves behind. Spam on P5. Dutchy going out very wide. That is a very different approach here on the blue part. Goes for a lot of exit speed. And it does seem to pay off as he's also coming in a little bit closer to his teammate. Dutchy even with the overtake on Zykos. Dutchy with a great section right here up to P1. But we have still a great fight. The camera on Spam right now, who is fighting with Zykos and Alexor. Alexor at low speed over the blue part. Spam up to P3. Now the drift to the right. Still a great fight for first place. We see Link very far back on 6th place. Now coming up to the ending. It is Alexor that makes a mistake. Rohan first, followed by Dutchy, Zykos, and Spam. So that is going to be the first Dutch point here. Alexor on 5. And then there's Link, who is nowhere to be seen. 8.4 seconds behind the leader. Roa with great efforts right there. Tries to make the best out of the situation. But his teammates have choked. And that is going to be the first point. 6-1 now for the Dutch team. The French team really need to get some points now. Otherwise it will look rather grim. As soon as the Dutchies get that many points that the Frenchies can't overtake, the match is over and the Netherlands will remain in the upper bracket of the World Team Cup. Roa right now in the lead, followed by Zykos and Link. So Link has made that mistake in the previous round, but this corner has been a little wonky. He had to release a little bit, but he still remains on 3rd place. Dutchy trying to go for an attack, and his teammate Alexor now with the inside line gets a lot more speed on the blue part. Same for Dutchy. So we have a great fight for 3rd place. Spam right now. Oh, but Link with a massive mistake. Spam, however, is still even further behind the fight for 1st place between Roa and Zykos. Roa with a 49.085. Great time here by Roa. Once again, is really saving the French team right now. But once again, it is not enough here to pass. And it's going to be the next Dutch point. 7-1 already. The French not looking good here whatsoever. They need to press B for boost now. Otherwise, it will look rather grim. Zykos now with that inside line didn't pay off this time around. Had almost no speed at the exit and makes contact with the pillar here. So that is a great opportunity for Team France to gather some valuable points. Also with Spam now making a mistake on the inside of that blue part. Now that has to be the French point. They have the triple lead, and it is only Dutchy, the only Dutch player that has not made a mistake so far. Spam is 1.2 seconds behind, and Zykos even further, so this has to be the French points. Roa once again looking to get another first place. Solid time by Roa once again, 49.090. He is fast on this track. Alexor in P2, followed by Dutchy, Link, Spam, and Zykos. That is finally a well-needed point for the French team. They really needed this. That could possibly be a little motivation boost, but once again, they have only been able to win this round because the Dutchies have made a mistake. Oh, but once again, two Dutch players making a mistake at the same spot, and once again we had Zykos and Spam. So these two players right now being the back markers in this round, and another great chance for Team France. As I said before, they need these opportunities, and once again they're getting it basically handed in for free. Dutchy trying to save it. He is trying his best, goes up to second place. Actually, Roa with a mistake, the first one here for Roa, and all of a sudden things might change. If Dutchy overtakes Alexor at the end, we might see a completely different result. But Alexor most likely not going to throw this one away. 49.30 versus a 49.37 for Alexor and Dutchy respectively. This is going to be the next French point. So lucky that they were able to still take the point despite Roa making a mistake, because Roa right now is by far the most important link in the French team. And that was no pun to the player link. Let me tell you that. Anyway, going into the next round, ladies and gentlemen, the score is 2-2 on map 2. That is also incredibly awesome. And the camera is on Alexor right now, with no one having made a mistake this time around. Dutchy once again with his signature line. Goes for a lot of speed right here. And as you can see, once again, it does pay off. But a great start for the Dutch team this time around, with only Roa being in the mix. Alexor on 5 and Link on 6 right now. They are still close, and they can certainly capitalize on a mistake that could potentially happen at the front. But right now, it does look like a Dutch round once again. Spam is losing his pace, and Roa, however, on the other hand, is making a mistake. But with Dutchy and Zykos taking first and second place, it is going to be a sealed deal. And that is it. Dutchy with a 49.011. Almost getting the sub 49 here in the match. That is a tremendous performance by Dutchy. And that is going to be the ace for the Dutch team. 3-2. Point limit is still 5 on the second map. We're going to go into the next round. A little bit of a back and forth, and now this Alexor that makes that mistake. So people are really trying to go as wide as possible there, obviously, because the more exit speed you get, the more speed you will just get for the rest of the section, basically. Roa now making a mistake there as well. This is going to be another free Dutch point here, basically. Only Link, the mapper himself, is trying to make something happen right here. But I think this one is already set in stone. But as I said that, it is Zykos that makes the mistake. And is actually falling behind all the way down to last place. Link. Very aggressive inside line. Dutchy getting a little bit more speed, but it's not enough for an overtake. And this is the French round all of a sudden. That mistake by Zykos has been very costly. And the fact that Link has in fact overtaken Dutchy right at the end was very important. 3-3. Oh, Dutchy with a really nasty mistake right in the beginning. That was interesting. So he's already going to fall back by almost a whole second. Impossible to catch that up. Roa with a great start, followed by Alexor, Zykos, and Spam. And then it is Link on 5. Zykos very aggressively to the inside. Not going to have the greatest speed here. Alexor is closing in just a tiny little tad here. Let's take a look at him. Roa very tight. Not the greatest exit speed for Roa. He might get overtaken here by Zykos. Also, Alexor is trying to have a saying right here. Roa with low speed on the grass patch, but it's not enough for Zykos to pass him. And it's the next point for Team France. They are back in business, but for the overall score, this is not going to gain them too much. Because if you keep in mind that the first map has ended 5-1 in favor of the Dutch team, now a point difference of 1 point wouldn't really get them anywhere right now. Very dangerous exit here. As I said, exit speed is really important, and that's why we saw many mistakes being made there, because everyone is trying to maintain as much speed as possible there. But it is surely a mistake that can be avoided. Alexor now going out very wide on the platform. Had to lift off a lot. Lost 0.3 on the leader right now. Who is Roa? But as I speak out his name, Roa with a small mistake. And this could be a great chance for the Dutch team to tie up the score once again on the scoreboard. Zykos, Dutchie, and Spam right now the ace for the Dutchies once again. Alexor is within reach, makes a mistake again. Roa now the fastest Frenchie, and he is nowhere to be seen. 48.99 by Zykos, the first player to actually get under the 49-second threshold. Very impressive stuff here by Zykos. That is the next champagne, the next ace right there for the Dutchies. 4-4. No tennis mode, so this is going to be the final round on map 2. So this is going to be do or die. For the final result, it's not really going to matter, because at the end of the day, it is just going to be played out for 1 point difference. But this time, no one has made a mistake so far. Everyone is off to a good start. Double lead for France right now. Roa had to lift off in that right-hand full-speed corner. And it is a great battle here in the final round. Everyone wants to take home this point. The pressure is high, and everyone is within reach here for that first place. Zykos, Roa, and Alexor trying to fight right here. Alexor now going a little bit wide. Alexor going a little wide, gets passed by Dutchie, and this could be a very decisive overtake. And indeed it is. It is the point for the Netherlands. GG. The score is now 10-5, and basically this means if the Netherlands win 1 round on map 3, it is over. Our last map is going to be Coastline by Busy. Couple warm-ups here once again. And then we're going to go into some very decisive rounds. But yeah, in case of a tie, in case of a 10-10, the team with more map wins. And that is Team Netherlands. So, in fact, it is the GG already. If I recall correctly. If I trust my chat right now, then it is probably over at this point. So this is our final map, a map that we have seen last week as well in the previous playday. And the record by Mogorian 57.845 is still standing. I think that record was still the same last time. And those times are, of course, insane. Will be a decider round if they are tied in the end. Okay. Well, anything can happen. anything can happen. We have seen crazy comebacks, especially those that did watch the Spheres Cup quarterfinals. You know that everything is possible in this game. Like, never give up. That is the motto that you should go with. Never give up. Always stick to the game. And stay focused. Looks like we have one more warm-up. Fair enough. And for the lineup, it seems like we have Kronos back together with Ringoa having his first appearance and Omnipods. And for the Dutchies, we have Complex, Red Extra, and Zykos. So yeah, one round win is enough for the Dutchies. That is, I believe, more than possible for them as well. They have a great pace, especially with players like Zykos and Complex. They are players that can easily get top 1 and 2. Also Red Extra, someone that we should not count out. Even though he doesn't compete as much as people like Complex and Zykos, of course. But it's gonna be really difficult, that is for sure. It is going to be really difficult against the Dutch team to get the 5-0 clean sweep on map 3. So, do we go or what are we waiting for? Okay, one more for the French. Let's grant them their final warm-up. And then it is finally going to be live. With some proper racing in the World Team Cup. Alright, and that's gonna be the GLHF here. We're underway with map number 3, France versus the Netherlands. The Dutchies only need one more point, the Frenchies need to win 5 in a row. This is gonna be either super exciting or it's gonna be over right now. We're gonna find out in round number 1. Kronos, Omnipods and Ringoa against Red Extra, Zykos and Complex on Coastline. And here we go. So a little of pressure for both teams. The French, of course, know they need to absolutely drive out of their minds. And the Dutchies know that, hey, we just gotta survive. Which is the most important thing. So let's take a look here at the first round. Camera on Omnipods right now. It is a rather red round here in the front. Only Oncle Ben, aka Kronos, right now trying to put up a good fight. Also Omnipods now with the overtake on Complex. Gets the inside line here in that left-hander. And some slightly different lines here. Oh, and that is a mistake by Kronos. Oncle Ben has made a mistake. And I think this is over. This is probably over now. Oh, wait. Zykos made a mistake. Dropped down to second place. Lucky for him that he didn't get overtaken by anyone else. Everyone else has, in fact, made a mistake. Omnipods is on first, followed by Zykos, Ringoa, Red Extra, Complex, and Kronos. They are still in. They are surprisingly still in. This round has been all over the place. One down. But they need 4 more of these going into round number 2. We have seen plenty of mistakes last time around when I casted the World Team Cup here in that left-hander, in the previous left-hander where you jump into the left corner. A lot of people, in fact, making contact with the wall mid-air, which so far did not happen in this match. Going into the round, we have a double lead for Team Netherlands, but Kronos wants to redeem himself. He wants to make up for the mistake that he has done in the previous round. In fact, a very, very clutch round here for P1 right now. Omnipods and Kronos are trying their best to get 1 and 2, but then Omnipods died and he even fell off the track. And this could, in fact, be the GG now at this point. Ringoa is on 4th place, but Red Extra is on 5th, so no matter what happens, I think this is going to be over and out. Red Extra even going for the overtake on Ringoa, which does not happen, but it is going to be the GG at this point, and the Netherlands move on in the World Team Cup, throwing France into the lower bracket. GG. This round was basically over when Omnipod yoed himself out of the track. And yeah, that's how quick it can go. So the match is still going to be played until the end, but now the result is known. There's no way for Team France to possibly come back from this. So, this round's looking pretty even so far. Currently taking a look at Red Extra, who has accumulated 5 points in total right now. So he is on last place when it comes to points. Omnipod's in the lead, but then he has 3 hungry Dutchies right behind him. They want to close this out as fast as possible. They want to take a break. And completely snack on the Frenchies here on map 3. Red Extra in a fight with Ringoa. Ringoa with the inside line, also Complex with a slightly different line here. Red Extra with the inside attack on the finish line, and with that he is actually able to stay in front of Ringoa. So we have another point for Team Netherlands. Zykos right now, the player with the most points, and I think we have seen a little mistake indeed. It is Ringoa, who has already lost quite a good amount of time here, and also Complex is now falling behind. So we have two people that have made a mistake already, and also Oncle Ben. Oh la la! Oncle Ben has made a mistake here, and he is gonna get snacked by Complex. So 2 French players in the back. And this is most likely going to be the next Dutch point. Zykos on first, followed by Omnipods and Red Extra. Then we have Complex, Kronos, and Ringoa. Let's follow him through the finish line. Ooh, Omnipods! Hello there! Not quite enough though. Going into the finish line, and Zykos with a 58-16. Solid time by him. Omnipods on second, Red Extra on third, Oncle Ben, Ringoa, and Complex following right up behind. Next point for Team Red, 3-1 on map 3. Ooh, that was a nasty no-slide here. I think that was actually a French player. And there goes another one. So 2 early mistakes here in this round. Let's take a look here with the helicopter camera. We have Red Extra and Oncle Ben that have made a little mistake here in the beginning, in the first half of the track. That is at least half a second that they lost here. Kronos now passes Red Extra. Complex fell behind just a little bit. Let's take a look at him. He's most likely not going to be able to come back. He's already 0.3 behind. Also, this turn was rather safe. Let's go a little further ahead. Ringoa in a fight with Omnipots and Zykos. Last corner now. We have a very, very tight one here for Ringoa. Small wall touch by Omnipots on the inside. Zykos up to first. And he's most likely going to take it here once again. 58.11. Another great time by Zykos. Ringoa also good efforts. And these efforts are actually going to get rewarded with a point for the French team. They still want to win the third map at least. They still want to try. So that's great. 2-3. They have at least not given up yet. They still want to put up a good fight, and that's definitely respectable. Now the next no slide. I think that was another French play. Oh my god, players are actually dying left, right, and center. What is happening? Kronos with a mistake. Omnipot's also a little bit behind. Zykos and Complex also a little bit behind. So Ringoa entered extra right now in the lead. The only two players that have not made contact with any edge or wall. That's an interesting round, to say the least. Oh, Ringoa now with a mistake. And that's going to be the double lead. Or maybe even the triple lead. No, triple lead just died for the Dutchies. But I think that's still going to be plenty of room to work with for both Red Extra and Complex. They are 0.6 ahead of the fastest French player right now, which is Omnipots. So, easy going here towards the finish line. No need to risk. Drift into the last corner and take it home. – 4-2. This could be the final round. If the Netherlands take this one, it's over and out. And the score is going to be a 15-7, if I did my math correctly. So let's take a look. The Netherlands definitely with a solid performance though in this entire tournament. The first and second match have looked really good for them. And yeah, the Czech/Slovakian players can put up a good fight. I think this World Team Cup is going to be between those two teams. Taking a look at the performance of their previous matches. Both Team France and Team Germany have been quite underperforming. Even though this round is actually looking very French. Great times though. 2 58.0s by Kronos and Omnipots. Ringoa on third, and then we have the three Dutchies trailing behind. So that was a good round. 3-4. They're still in the business here for map 3. Great start by Complex. He is already miles ahead of everyone else. Ringoa closing in a little bit here on the blue part, however. Some slightly different lines. Complex with a risky exit on the right side. Also here, super tight. Great racing here by these two players. Actually insane. In fact, even completely equal at their previously passed checkpoints. Complex versus Ringoa here. The first place battle right now. Really nice to look at. Ringoa, however, didn't really nail this left-hander all too well. And Complex is being chased down by Kronos and also by Zykos, who goes a bit too wide here, though. Needs to adjust his line. And the fight for first is now going to be between Kronos and Complex, but I think Kronos will have the upper hand here. He got the better exit out of that previous corner. And with that, he will stay on first place, but it's going to be the Dutch point. The last one that is required, and it is going to be the GG here, once and for all. The Dutch win all 3 maps against Team France. Unbelievable performance here. A little bit of a weaker performance than I expected by the Frenchies. But yeah, that's how it is. So, Team Netherlands remains in the World Team Cup in the upper bracket. And France will drop down to the loser bracket. GG.